Tonight. Let's check.
Came up with some spectacular goals from distance, and then obviously Jude Bellingham with that massive
There's another big arrival who has Dortmund
but really trying to figure out that attack, and clearly some big names are missing from this AC Milan attack. But Pulisic got off to a good start in the first preseason friendly against lower division opposition with.
They played on the other side of the country at Yankee Stadium. That was before Yankee Stadium became a more regular fixture for the sport of football. And that was a very different era that night. Real Madrid have already had that one friendly, which they won comfortably, but it's these two juggernauts who've followed very similar paths over the last couple of seasons. We'll get things underway here. Both of them, remember, winning their league titles in 2022, both of them failing to defend their league titles last year, and both of them, Casey, of course, making the Champions League semi-finals before exiting. So
yeah, there's no question that it was. It's been a good spell for the last couple of minutes from Milan, being able to pick up second ball possession and then creating opportunities to put dangerous balls into the box.
Just some cross wires almost. Another foot in there to win it back. Bellingham get behind Valverde. Lunin playing from the start tonight in goal for Real Madrid. Of course, he started last season in goal, didn't he, for the Merengues? With Courtois out of action. Minutes in here at the Rose Bowl. Real Madrid and AC Milan. They met in pre-season in 2021 in Austria, a game that finished 0-0. It's a game in which David Alaba made his debut. Gareth Bale missed a penalty.
I think Simic is just getting a little bit of a talking to. That's always the tricky part. You want the match to be as competitive as possible, but then there's always that understanding that, look, this is a pre.
The application of the spray on Loftus-Cheek, who joined the Chelsea Youth Academy at the tender age of 8. Been a Chelsea first-team player since 2014, had to go out on loans to the likes of Crystal Palace and Fulham, but actually coming off a Premier League season in which he played his most appearances for the blue part of West London. Made 25 Premier League appearances last year, and it proved to be his final one.
Yeah, and the last thing that he would like to do is in his first appearance in the first half, or I guess in the first appearance for in a more, I guess, visible role than the lower division game that you aforementioned. But yeah, the last thing you want to do is get injured early, and you want to have that opportunity to truly prove yourself. So hopefully Loftus-Cheek will be fine and be able to continue.
Well, while we have just a moment, Casey, I want to assure viewers of ours in the United States watching on ESPN that our colleague Shaka Hislop is okay. He is recovered. Didn't see the incident, Casey, but I'm sure it was an alarming one. We've been told definitive terms that he is okay. He was working on the sideline pre-game, you know that. Tony Kroos. Real Madrid trying to go back to business again. Jude Bellingham, lovely cut, and Bellingham asking for a handball. Timothy Ford, a perfectly good view of it, waving aside those appeals. And now Camavinga to Kroos from distance. It's a slow burn of a build-up there. Pulisic touched that off. Looked like he hadn't actually touched it, Casey, but
didn't touch much of it.
The header down for Colombo just behind him. He's in retrieval mode and does well. Pulisic feeding it in, and it's AC Milan who have broken the deadlock. Fantastic corner, and a thumping header from close range from Tomori. Now the Rossoneri fans
create chances for Real Madrid, and that time just needed the return pass on the cross a little bit lower from Diaz.
There's a AC Milan player down. It is Macias. It is. As we reach the half-hour point here at the Rose Bowl. Luka Romero, another new arrival in Milan. Played for Lazio. He was their youngest ever scorer. Luka Romero, at the age of 16 years and 9 months. Overall have had the upper hand, haven't they? It's made for an entertaining spectacle thus far.
Yeah, I mean, in these type of preseason games where probably the majority will be playing, much rather run in a match than with the fitness coach at training. So get that running in today so you don't have to do it tomorrow.
Now, a loose touch from Lucas Vazquez. Pulisic doing well to recover after his feet went from under him, and well, it was an inadvertent.
His little trailing arm, maybe.
Yeah, flailing hand. Militao, I should say, was on. Everyone back for the Rossoneri. Cruz serving it. Joselu trying to get airborne, and Cruz quick to nip in there and win it back.
And then just tries to clip that ball into a dangerous area. But once again, when Milan needs a player in the right position, they have him.
Bellingham getting free! And the shot from Militao seemed to be goal-bound.
Which gave possession to AC Milan, and then as Loftus-Cheek looks to come back inside. Collision with Camavinga, a little high five between the two, just saying no ill intent.
Run off the ball and into space, the cross in. Bit of pinball inside the penalty area for a moment. Lax clearance though by the AC Milan team. Is punished in some style, and it's Luka Romero off the bench.
The result doesn't matter.
Yeah. Opponents with whom Carlo Ancelotti, of course, is very familiar. Now the surging run from Brahim again. Lucas Vazquez getting to the byline, clipping it across, and Sportiello was at full stretch. He's able to use his delivery. Loose ball to be pounced upon. Valverde is there. Carlo Ancelotti, who managed 423 games for tonight's opponents, AC Milan. He was there 8 years. And seeing his team trying to come back.
No.
Oh, and it's a gift. Well, this crowd at the Rose Bowl coming to life.
Yeah, Rodrigo finds Valverde, and he just kind of tops this shot, and
well, can be the loneliest position in the world, can't it?
Particularly minutes earlier when you make a really nice save against Rodrigo, that if that had gone in, nobody would have thought twice about it. But then the shot from distance fools you, and you become the fool.
Oh, it's picked off now, and Valverde's at it again! Absolutely nothing Sportiello could do about this one. Federico Valverde pouncing on the loose ball and pounding it home. And in the space of 2 minutes, Real Madrid are level.
Well, it was AC Milan that capitalized off of Real Madrid's mistakes in the first half. And to start this second half, it's Real Madrid's opportunity to capitalize off of the AC Milan mistakes. And Valverde punishes comfortably as he smashes the ball home.
All over his face. I mean, two defensive catastrophes back-to-back, Casey, in a short space of time. Valverde, the happy beneficiary on both times. Trying to get back to where he was in the first half. It's a slaloming run. He lost his footing, as did Carvajal.
Yeah, I think that was I think a no call was probably the right decision. But again, Christian Pulisic being the protagonist, coming in off that left-hand side and created problems in the first half. Assist off of the corner for the opening goal. 2 or 3 other chances where he took players on, put dangerous balls in the box. Yeah, it was one thing doing it in that first game against third-tier opposition. It's a little different doing it against the likes of Real Madrid.
Simic sliding in definitively. Stefano Pioli has never coached a game against Real Madrid before. His long coaching career is now the start of his 5th season with AC Milan. It never lasted more than 2 years at any previous job, Casey, that he'd had with the likes of Fiorentina and Lazio, Inter, Bologna.
Yeah, which in some ways you'd say sometimes it's hard to get things done so quickly, and to have that enough success to give yourself a chance. Give yourself that chance to get better, to make those improvements.
Another Real Madrid change coming.
Looks like just a slip from Pulisic, and then trying to recover. Commits the foul.
And it'll be the end of the road, the first road for Jude Bellingham. Certainly shone at times in the first half, some good little combinations.
Well, and really what they're looking for Jude Bellingham is to be that box-to-box midfielder with the creative flair. And look, they're few and far between in world football, and
what is to come as Bellingham makes way for young Nico Paz. And in comes the free kick. Rudiger giving chase. Just about kept it in play, did well. Now Vini Jr. 2 for company. Rudiger helping it along to Paz, getting his first touch. Vinicius outside of the foot. He was going for that. It's coming for AC Milan. Here's Colombo, probably knowing it's his last contribution. It's a nice flick too to Pobega, who's on the move.
Yeah, just held on the ball too long, allowed Rudiger the opportunity to get.
Salamanca's side to Adley. Good looking cross, Giroud's header! Great save from Lunin. Olivier Giroud. Quarter of an hour to go at the Rose Bowl. The crowd absolutely lapping this up.
And in these types of matches, this is what you want to see. 2 teams that are committed to attacking, committed to taking players on. You know, 4 goals between them, and
oh, wow, loves to take players on, and that shot was goal bound, and the follow-up is wide. What a chance for Luka Romero to get on the score sheet.
It was coming. The tackle was coming, and needed to get his body between the man and the ball, and won the free kick for his side. Because if If he doesn't get that right, Fran García is off to the races.
Rafael Leao tackled definitively now. Vini Jr. trying to add an exclamation point. Vini Jr. It's what they came to see tonight. And Vini Jr. so rarely disappoints. And Real Madrid have come all the way back from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. This is how it happened.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. Leao makes a good run. Valverde, and then what an unbelievable recognition and pass from Luka Modric. Kerr has to respect the pace of Vini Jr. Doesn't see of where Vini Jr. was, played it in behind. Vini Jr. holds off the Dane and then has the composure of the finish.
Perfect ball, as you said, from Modric. Waited and picked off brilliantly on the run by Vini. And AC Milan must be wondering, Casey, what they've done wrong in this second half. They haven't done anything wrong particularly. It's just, well, a couple of defensive errors.
A couple of mistakes, yeah, a couple of individual mistakes. And you just can't afford with the quality of Real Madrid to make those mistakes. Look, you got the benefit of some uncharacteristic mistakes from Real Madrid in the first half, and then you can't gift those opportunities back to them and expect not to be punished.
Modric, the ageless Luka Modric. How much longer can he keep on going? It's time to take a look at the man of the match, brought to you by Direct TV, and it is Federico Valverde. Casey, I don't think too many would argue with that. His 2 goals just 2 minutes apart.
And his run of play throughout the match has been strong. A reason why you mentioned that it was the best ever goal tally last season, and he looks to want to build off of that this year in the form in the opening game of their preseason this year.
Picked off by Paz. Paz again. Going to dink it for Vini. Kia able to stay with him this time. And then Vini just trying to lure him in. Romero coming to the aid of the Danish defender.
Well, that's... Unfortunately, those are the situations in preseason that will get you kicked.
Right.
When you start, trying to showboat late in the match, and you got to be a little careful with that. Vini Jr. happy to play with a chip on his shoulder, but sometimes that comes with consequences.
Yeah. Now Malik Jow across to hold the run of Rodrigo. How many games has he lit up since joining Real Madrid? Almost exactly 5 years ago to the day since he joined from Flamengo. Vini Jr.
Yeah, it took him some time to settle, and now it'll be a different level of responsibility on Vini Jr.'s shoulders without Karim Benzema on this side. So important for him to accept that responsibility, take that on his shoulders and really help his side out. And clearly a Real Madrid side that'll be disappointed with the way Barcelona ran away with the title last year, and we'll look to put that right this year.
And both these protagonists tonight will be looking to push on from their league position of last year. AC Milan, of course, finished 4th in defending their Serie A title.
More, 2 Champions League semi-finalists that will look to take it that step further.
It was the final that might have been last year. Is also in the mix here. AC Milan. But it is Giroud after all of that. Oh, it's a brilliant hit, and it's just wide. Hit the stanchion behind the goal. I'm not sure that Lunin would have got there, Casey.
Well, Lunin stopped Giroud scoring on the header early in this half, and Giroud thought he had found the equalizer.